Good morning. I wanted to make this video and show you how I'm growing watermelons kind of up a trellis. It's kind of a little homemade trellis. I've always had problems growing watermelons. I'm no gardening expert, but I'm trying to get better all the time. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn, and no losing situations. And I saw, I have minimal space in my garden this year. I built a little fence to keep my dog out. Last year she started running across the yard with peppers and softball-sized watermelons in her mouth. So I did this. It's working out. So, some string beans in the front, some corn in the back, tomatoes, peppers, all the seasonings I need. But I decided to try to grow up watermelons up a trellis. I wanted to use some sort of arch trellis this year. That didn't happen. But I had some chicken wire laying around. So let's go in my garden here. And I'm having success with it so far this year. So, as you can see, also another thing, I've never had good success growing watermelons on the ground. I guess, when you start sprouting watermelons, they need a lot of water, right? And a lot of times people can't water the ground as much as they're going to need to successfully get big watermelons, right? Now look at this guy down in there. I've got him supported. He's, I'm going to say, bigger than a softball at this point. So I'm supported his weight. I've supported his weight. I've got a lot of other ones growing here. I'm kind of weaving it along my fence here. Molly, leave the pool noodles alone. Come on, honey, back up, back up. Say hello. That's my good girl. Okay, so what I tried to do this year, instead of growing them in the ground, is I have these huge pots that I tried to do, right? And I have two of them. And I have about 5 or 6 watermelon plants inside of those. And I've grown them up this chicken wire trellis, which I've stapled to my fence posts. Seems to be supporting everything. Of course, you're wondering, well, what the heck am I going to do when I start to get big watermelons up in the air? I've got a couple. I'm going to support them somehow. I've seen people use pantyhose or some sort of netting. I haven't really figured that out yet, but when they do start to get big, I'm going to do that. But as you can see, here are my pepper plants. I've got a bunch of corn in the back, my plum tomatoes. Right, my garden's really exploded this year. But I'm not going to throw. I have about 10, baby watermelons that have started to grow, and I'm going to end up supporting them. I'll probably make a follow-up video with this, but the pots are for to be able to target the roots a lot easier instead of watering the ground. I can fill these up with water every day and know that my roots have all the water that they need. As to where in the ground, I make little volcano mounds for all my other plants to target the roots, and it works really well. However, for watermelons, they're real deep, lot of roots. Most people would not be able to water the ground as much as they need to get big watermelons. That's been my experience anyway. So far this year, I'm having a lot of success by controlling the space. Just growing them up a fence. Again, I have minimal space in here. There's my kale, onions in the ground. And I am having success with it. So again, I'll make a follow-up video with this, but try growing your watermelons in pots and grow them up your fence or grow them up a trellis of some sort to control the space. And then somehow you're going to have to use your head and support that watermelon as it grows. Again, I'm going to make a follow-up video with how I support those watermelons. Have an awesome day. And happy gardening.